The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to the December 2nd, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope others having a great day, and let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. Now, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I at just past 11 o'clock in the morning. I do want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But even more important than that, and that's this. During this next 53 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to send me an email, send it off early, and send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, if you're inside our Tigers Den, well, then any and every ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. So we begin our day out here with a rally. Got the Dow up 285 points, S&P 31, 225 for the NASDAQ 100, Russell's up 9, 111 for the trannies, 115 for the semis, 193 for the New York Stock Exchange. I'm sorry, for the NASDAQ Composite. New York Stock Exchange up 6 points. Gold is off $70. Silver's down $1.41. Light sweet crude off 31 cents. Natural gas down 15 pennies. We got a lot to look at, or things to look at, that is for sure out there. Let's begin by sorry. Oh. Hairball, I believe they call that. A dust ball. Let's go take a look at the daily equity future contract. So we'll start here. Well, we know about the ES, the NQ, and the Russell 2000, by the way, did form that new profile yesterday. It did form it below price. That's a bullish signal for it. Price for the Russell, for the Dow, for the NQ, for the ES, each trading above profile resistance, each trading above a green oscillator and change line. Those are bullish conditions out there. Price should rally further. Really surprised if all we get is just a one-day pullback out there. If that's the case after 5 days to the upside, boy, strong like bull for sure. Now, that's what's going on a daily time frame. Let's try to figure out what's going on intraday out here. Well, we've got the gold charts up. That's fine. Let's start with gold, then we'll come back to the equity future contract. So in the case of gold, trade down lower by $70. If you take a look at the left-hand side of the chart, that's a daily time frame. Daily time frame shows we're also trading below its oscillator and change line. Its next level of support is 4180. 4183 is the next level of support for the 4-hour chart. 4190 for the 2-hour chart out there. So that's the area where gold is likely headed to. Not that I have a bottom pattern, but getting back to those levels, those were TD9 count breakout areas, and those can be bottom signals. Now, on the 2-hour time frame chart, let me update this out here. This has been, I don't know if this is going to go away or not. Yeah, the pattern did go away, as I thought it would. Okay. Now, as you look at the bottom row of charts out there, the 30 to 60-minute need bullish reversal candles to confirm Rhodes momentum indicator bottom signals. Short of that, price should head lower, should target those areas, all in the 4180, 83, 4190-ish type area. So that's what's going on with regard to Goldilocks. As long as we're in the metals, let's go ahead and put silver up here too. Now we'll flip back and go take a look at the equity markets, but let's go see what silver is doing, what kind of signals, if anything, it is generating for us. So silver, on a daily time frame, you can see big move that it has had the last couple of days. Today is just an inside bar. An inside bar, if that's all it ends up being, suggests that the trend that was in place will continue. That says to the upside. Of course, we already have, with price trading above its green, oscillator and change line, and the top of its profile, bullish signals. The issue that silver has, or the next issue, or the level of resistance, is established by its both its 4 and 5 hour charts out there. Quite frankly, even the 2 hour chart. They all have the same, not the same pattern. You've got TD9 count tops for the 5 and 4 hour chart. The high of that pattern is 59.435. 59.435. That is what silver needs to close above in order to trigger a further rally to the upside. Those patterns so far, I have not seen any kind of a breakdown. A breakdown would be, for example, close below 56.69, the bottom of its 5 hour profile. That would take us below the 4 hour profile. That would take us below the sell zone of its 2 hour time frame, and all that would suggest lower price, 54.94 to 53.79 out there. What else can I share with you here? Not much. So that's all that I've got for silver. Let's move on. Let's go take a look at it. Start with the ES Mini. Let's pull up the December contract, see what we see out here, see if we've got any kind of a topping signal that we've got to be paying attention to out here for whatever intraday time period it is. The daily, of course, as we discussed, that suggests that we move to the upside. But now we've got to take a look at those intraday charts. I can see a Rhodes momentum indicator top on the 2 hour time frame chart, or I believe that's what's going to form out here. So we'll be able to identify that high as a resistance level across the top path of charts, the top row of charts. That's what I see out here. So let's pull down the 2 hour time frame chart. You'll see the Rhodes momentum indicator signal forms at 2000 hours. That was on the 30th of November. That resistance level is 68.6450. If the ES Mini is able to close above that, we should rally further out there. So key resistance is going to be that 68.6450 level. The 60-minute time frame chart, if it's able to close the hour, that's another 48 minutes from now, above the close of bar number 5, that close is 68.4550. We're trading right in that area right now. That would generate a TD9 count top. Not that we need another top out there. You don't really need another top out there. You can see the 15-minute chart's got a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, the same on the 10-minute time frame charts. The levels of support to watch there for those time frames: 10-minute, 68.33 1/4. 15-minute, 68.1850 out there. And 68.31 on the 60-minute, which is the top of its 60-minute profile. In the case of a 60-minute profile, a move to the downside would only be a counter trend move if price was able to find support at 68.2485 out there. That is the center of its 60-minute, slightly bearish structured profile out there. Let's go take the NQ, see what we've got going on inside the NQ, see what its signals are suggesting to both you and I. We'll get these charts here populated momentarily. I believe the NQ is traded above the top of its daily profile, as well as its green oscillator and change line. It has tested resistance, which was the top of its profile. That now seems to have become support, it being 25.358. I see I see a 2 and 4 hour Rhodes momentum indicator signal that's attempting to form. The 4 hour chart doesn't complete until 2. The 2 hour chart completes at 12 noon. So if at 12 noon, the NQ generated a bearish reversal candle, depending on whether or not it was back inside its profile. To do that, you need to see a close below 25.475. If it were to get back inside its profile, it would bring other profile levels into play, 25.404 and 25.334. The NQ 60-minute time frame chart is what we'll talk about when we get back from this break.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the Opening Call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. I've got the all the 60-minute time frame charts up on our screen here. 3 of the 4 of them showing potentials for TD9 count tops out here. Again, these tops must close. This hourly bar at 12 noon must close above the close of bar number 5. Right now, the ES is trading below that close, but write this down on your pad of paper out there. That being a level of 68 to 45.50. Inside the NQ, the number to be watching is 25,498.75. And in the case of the Dow, the number to be watching is 47,403 out there. If in fact price closes above those, you'll have TD9 count topping signals. If it closes below, those patterns go away, and you've got no 60-minute time frame pattern to observe out there, at least not that I see at this moment in time. Let's go back. Excuse me, we're going to close these charts down and go back and take a look at the additional intraday charts for the NQ. If you give me a moment, we'll be back there. Here we go. I just want to see if there's any other signals that we need to be paying attention to. So nothing more than the 2 and 4 hour that I gave you there, and those you'd be looking for Rhodes momentum indicator top. But the daily is suggesting a further move higher out there as price remains above its green oscillator and change line and the top of its profile. Let's go check in before we go to the request and see what's going on inside the New York Stock Exchange. Its advanced client oscillator should still be above the 0 threshold level. It is. It's at 58.77, but it's kind of lost its momentum out there. Spot VIX index still below the 50-day exponential moving average. Both these indicators provide buyers with an edge. 1862 is the 50-day exponential moving average number out there. All right, let's close these up and let's get to the requests that have come in thus far. First one coming in from Hector and Patty, and they're interested in a longer-term view of ticker symbol SF. So let's pull that up on our screen out here and see what we've got going on. So let's start with the longer-term time frame. Let's start with the monthly chart, which has several different A to B equals CD patterns out there. I've drawn in 2 of them. So in this case here, I'm starting with an A point on a longer-term time frame, being a TD9 count bottom that formed the month of February in 2016. That's our A point. Our B point for that pattern would take us all the way into February of 2022. We then do a retracement into October of 2022, and we take off. The 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern had a price projection around 107. That was then confirmed. That confirmed a sell the D point pattern back in December of 2024. That's what went ahead and took price lower out there. Now we have price trading above the top of its daily profile out there. So it's trading above the resistance level established by the bear sash candle. All it needed to do, quite frankly, was close above the high of 120.64, which it did last month. Last month's close, 122 even Steven. So that pattern has gone away. Now, that older A to B equals CD pattern that we have out there, I probably should put it in different colors. But it's the one where my cursor's at right now. That still is in play. Yeah, it already formed one sell the D point top. Another bearish reversal candle, Hector and Patty would do the same. There's also another A to B equals CD that you're looking at. And as you pointed out, it was the B point was passed with light volume. The B point, the trading month of January 2025, 14 million shares, 14.9 million shares traded last month or closed above it with 14 million versus 14.9. You know, this still got an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside out there. You know, we like to see them confirmed with volume. Do they have to be? Absolutely, positively not. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to use the A to B equals CD pattern if you traded currencies, and we know that you can. So you do have that A to B equals CD, that smaller one with inside the larger one, and that does have a price projection somewhere around 144.74 out there. You're trading above its green oscillator change line. You're trading above profile resistance. Both those conditions, as long as that remains out there, Hector and Patty, the A to B equals CD patterns that we've taken a look at remain intact. And yes, on that larger one, price was on the left-hand side, so that tells you that it should do more than a 1-to-1. Now, to the weekly time frame chart. I do not see any kind of a top here. Was there an A to B equals CD pattern? Let's go see what that retracement level was. Give me a moment here. We'll get that out. I don't think it was a 0.382 retracement, but we're going to find out for sure. We're going to try to find out. Here we go. So going from the TD9 count bottom to a TD9 count top, then that was only 23%. So I don't have any kind of a topping pattern. I don't have any kind of a pattern. Let's say an A to B equals CD out there. And I just have price trading with inside its profile. So Hector and Patty, you've got support at 108.84 and resistance at 121.98. You're looking for price to close above 121.98. If it does that, then what price has to deal with is the daily bearish structured of its profile out there. And that's the sellers that exist between 122.33 and 124.03. Now, even if they can get through that, they got another battle, and that battle is the daily TD9 count top out here. The daily TD9 count top says I need a close above 125.73 to negate that signal. In other words, those A to B equals CD patterns on a longer-term time frame, just kind of leave those off to the side. The more important focus at this moment in time is how does price deal with that sell zone on the daily time frame if it gets up there, and then if it can get above that, how does it deal with the TD9 count pattern on the daily time frame? You get through all of that, then the monthly charts come back into play. So I hope that makes sense, Hector. And Patty, as always, thanks so much for your request out there. GTE has got several requests. Let's get to the first one. The first one being XPEV out here. XPEV, if you take a look at the weekly time frame, Rhodes momentum indicator, top price trading below profile support at 2068. Where's it headed to next? Well, the next area of support on a monthly time frame exists between 1734 and 1976. The daily time frame shows that price is trading below profile support into a prior swing point from just back a few days ago, November the 21st. Volume, 10 million shares. So far in 2 hours of trading, 5.3 million shares. You're pushing with volume. Now, I don't think that's a 0.382 retracement, but I'm going to check just to make sure. We're going to go from the high out here on the trading day of November 11th down to the low, and that is, just a 0.23 a retracement out there. So I'm not going to go with an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside out here. The key level of support is really the bottom of that profile, that being 1984. If you close below that, you're headed to lower. You're headed for lower price, which is really what the weekly chart is suggesting. And the monthly has additional support in between its buy zone at about 1842 out there. So XPV looks to me like this is headed south. The Hang Seng is something you also wanted to take a look at. So let's pull up its charts out here. The Hang Seng last night closing out at 26,095. Again, it completed a TD9 count, monthly TD9 count pattern last month, right as it was attacking trendline resistance. Price should pull back over time to its oscillator and change line. The current print on that is 24,187. The weekly chart has a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Its oscillator and change line is proven to be resistance, currently printed out at 26,674. So this is adding to the idea of moving lower. Finally, on the daily time frame chart, what price is doing right now, it's trading above its red oscillator and change line. That's at 26,015. If price gets back below that level, then we're likely to head back to its breakout area of 25,387 out there. So the monthly and weekly say we've got a top. The daily is just meandering here, almost a sideways consolidation style type pattern out there. But price remains above its oscillator and change line. You won't get downside traction until it gets below that. That being right now 26,015. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Building wealth trading in the stock market seems impossible to most people. They think it's too volatile and risky. Most people aren't going to take the time to educate themselves on how to do it right. But you're not most people, are you? At TFNN, you'll get the guidance you need to refine your strategies and techniques to invest like a pro. Because you'll be a pro. All TFNN subscriptions, books, software, and courses are available at TFNN.com. And I'm even going to tell you how to get them for less. Use TFNN's Tiger Dollars and you'll get up to a 20% bonus on your purchase. And once you apply them to your account, Tiger Dollars are automatically used for all future or recurring charges. Tiger Dollars also never expire, are fully transferable, and are a great way to add savings to your newsletters or services. Become the investor you were born to be at TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
This portion of the Trader's Edge is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day, Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at direction.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at ticker symbol NIO, another China stock out here. This is for GTE. And GTE, this is headed much lower out there. Now, a daily bullish reversal candle would generate a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Short of that, its next downside price target is its breakout level, and that's down at the 481 area. The weekly time frame chart is trading below profile support. If 481 doesn't hold, then you're looking at 338. Now, as price gets down to the 481 level, it will find or may find support between its monthly buy zone, and that range between 352 and 452. So if you see it close below 452, then you know below 481, then you know 452 would be up next. Below 452, you're looking at 352 and then 338. So again, this looks like this has got an A to B equals CD pattern downside, Rhodes momentum indicator signal, negated a seventh wave bottom pattern out there. Looks like NIO wants lower price out there. So hope that helps you out. We're going to take a look at ticker symbol APLD. I apologize, I did not write down who made that request. APLD is printing out right now at 29.09. It closed above the top of its daily profile yesterday, remains above it today. This is going to be day number 4 in a row to the upside out there. So you should be getting ready for a, maybe a 2-day retracement out there. Perhaps retracement takes you back to profile support at 27.23. Doesn't mean that it will. The weekly time frame has a consolidation with inside its rather large profile, has a sell zone between the range of 3209 to 4020 and support down at 1586. You're printing out at 2907. That is right above its green oscillator and change line. What you'd love to see out here, you, whoever you were, because I forgot to write down your name, 2881. If you see a weekly close above the green oscillator and change line, combined with the daily trade above profile resistance, says we're headed higher. The headed higher would be that sell zone, 3209 to 4020. The monthly time frame chart says last month we confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator top, but we also got back and tested and in essence rejected a green oscillator and change line. So the monthly time frame right now, I would say, is neutral but cautious, but only gets cautious if we start getting back below, let's say, profile support on the daily time frame, 27.23 out there. So right now, charts are set up to continue to rally for ticker symbol APLD. Maybe that was Duncan Steve, I'm not sure, but whoever that request was, I hope that gave the information you were looking for. There was another request. This one did come in from Duncan Steve, and that was to take a look at Exxon Mobil, XOM being the ticker symbol, and trading and consolidating with inside its daily profile. The range there is between 114.72 at support, 117.89 as resistance. The weekly time frame has an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. The volume, the B point was June 27th, had 109 million shares. It was passed with 89 million shares. And so it's been light volume. Nonetheless, the A to B equals CD pattern still remains in place, and around 125 would be the target, give or take or so. Price, though, is trading on a weekly basis with inside a new profile. This formed last week. Duncan, that profile ranged between 114.43 and 118.73 out there. The monthly time frame also consolidation with inside profile, 105.94 to 121.81 out there. So you got good old-fashioned consolidation going on daily, weekly, and monthly with inside their profiles. Bigger picture maybe is that A to B equals CD pattern. It's especially true if price can maintain and stay above its weekly green oscillator and change line. That number is 115.32. The daily formed a seventh wave top, Rhodes momentum indicator top out there, and it has formed an A to B equals CD down pattern, but it does not have a bullish reversal candle. That A to B equals CD pattern, Steve-O, looks something like this. Here's our A to B point out there. We're just simply going to go ahead and move this over to the C point. That's the highest side that takes place after that. And pretty much completed the 1-to-1 level, but we do not have a bullish reversal candle out there. It priced for the close below 114.72. Then we're looking at a move to the 112.74 level. Below 112.74, we'd be looking at 111.43. That's what we see, Dunk. We take a look at ExxonMobil. Hope that helped you out. And as always, thank you so much for your request. The next request coming in from Joe. Joe and many others who want to know, where is NVIDIA headed to? So let's pull up its charts. Let's try that one more time, because that didn't work. There we go. NVIDIA. So when we look at NVIDIA out here, we've got the A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. Let's just draw that in out here. The A point starting out on the day of October 29th. The B point would be in the low of November the 7th. Let's copy that A to B line so we can attach it to the C point out there. And that next high is high. There we go. So the 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern gets us down to 166.45 out there. Price today rallied right up into its oscillator and change line, which changed colors from green to red. Red tells us that the price oscillator is below zero, and we have a price oscillator that's falling below zero. That's a bearish condition. That being said, price is still trading with inside its profile, Joe. That's between the range and support of 174.84 to resist up at 190.71. But that oscillator and change line truly acting as resistance. That print right now is 183.08 out there. Where is it headed? As long as price remains below that red oscillator and change line, I would say to the bottom of its profile, 174.84. The weekly time frame has a Rhodes momentum indicator top, price trading with inside its profile, support 167.23, resistance 189.31. The monthly chart for NVIDIA has a Rhodes momentum indicator top. Once that gets taken out, that requires a close above 212.19. Its A to B equals CD pattern to the upside will continue. That has a price objective of 229.85. You've got a monthly top, a weekly top, and a daily top for sure, from the standpoint that we had a bearish profile change in trend. Did we really have that? No. So, was there an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside for NVIDIA? Most certainly there was. So we do have a top that was a sell the D point top. That was confirmed with this gap to the downside back on November the 4th out there. So I would say more likely than not, Joe, where it's headed to is lower price out here. How much lower, that I don't know, but it does look like lower price is in order for NVIDIA. Dan writes in, and Dan wants to take a look at ticker symbol BWLP. So let's get its charts up on the screen. We may not finish this before we go to break. BWLP. I do see a wave number 7 signal that was triggered today. Now, that needs a higher low to confirm that pattern. There's a Rhodes momentum indicator signal that is present, but the Rhodes momentum indicator bottom is already in place out there. In order for that to get negated, we need to see a close below 1187. We traded below it, but we didn't close below it today. We'll finish looking at BWLP when we come back from this break. Then we'll look at Costco for ELO and any other requests that have come in as well. Duncan Steve says, hey, how about Netflix? Let's take a look at Netflix. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstad's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstad releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento. A pro's pro with over 50 years of experience, Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Welcome back, folks. We'll go back to BWLP here momentarily. Between 11:15 and 11:30, we had a little bit of a crush to the downside. If we take a look at the ES Mini out here, I'm looking at the 15-minute time frame chart. And what we can see here is price pulled all the way back to its TD9 count breakout level, 68.1850. If you look at the top row of charts, you can also see prices pulling back, testing profile support out there. So profile support for the day at least has held along that top row. Even on the 60-minute time frame chart, price got back in essence to the bottom of its profile and it held. So why did price stop where it did? You've got all those levels of support. Now, where's price headed to? If price can close above 68.36, that is the center of its 10-minute profile out there. Then that says we should get up to the 68.41, 68.42, 68.43 level. Back to BWLP for Dan. We'll get its charts pulled up out here. And let's try to pick up where we left off on the daily time frame. So the daily time frame still has a bottom, a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom, and it's also triggering a potential wave number 7 signal. But since it was also either wave number 7 or wave number 5, and because we already have a bottom, we're not going to have to even worry about that, at least at this moment in time. Now, if we close below 1187, we're 12.12 out there, then the Rhodes momentum indicator signal gets negated, and likely we head lower. Now, head lower to where? Excellent question. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, price right now is trading below its buy zone. And the buy zone exists between 12.31 and 12.76. Price is taken on a prior swing point back from October 24th. 1.7 million shares traded that week. So far in a day and a couple hours, we're at 1.4 million shares. So BWLP, Dan, pushing lower with volume. Now, I don't believe that is a 0.382 retracement, but let's go find out here. Let's go from high to low. It's, pretty close. That works. So let me actually get rid of that. I didn't want to leave that there. Maybe I have to leave it there. There we go. So, Dan, if price closes below on Friday, 1187, you're going to have an A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So let's go ahead and draw this in here. Let's draw in the A to B node out there. That's approximate. I'm approximate when I'm using the line tool out here. I think you each know that. And then that would get us down towards, well, its breakout levels at 1016. The A to B equals CD would get you down to 904. That would get you back into the lows from April. And of course, the retracement there was a 0.382 retracement. That would say you do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD pattern to the downside. So what's really going to be key for you, Dan, or for BWLP, I should state, is going to be that low from October 31st out there, 1187. You close below that, you're headed lower. Again, the next level of support would be 1016. Below that would be 961. And the 961 level is the bottom of its monthly profile. Right now, it is a bearish structured monthly profile. And that says a close on a monthly basis below 1195 out there. That would suggest we get back to 961. So right now, I think you'll have to use the daily and the weekly as a signal. As far as the daily is concerned, the daily should be able to rally up towards its oscillator and change line, Dan, and that's at the 1239 level. If this really got some gumption, and it rallied beyond that, the area that a counter trend move would come to an end would be between 1306 and 1331. So I hope that gave the information you were looking for BWLP. If not, let me know, and we'll make sure that we get that to you. You're going to hold off on adding. Okay, yeah. That weekly, you're pushing that weekly chart, pushing lower with volume out there. Let's go take a look at Costco. This is for ELO inside the Tiger's Den. Costco trading out at $912.64. Turns out, ELO, that this is a consolidation with inside its daily, weekly, and monthly profile. If we take a look at the daily profile out there, it's between 908.73 and 919.62. Looks like you've got a buy the D point bottom that formed out here in the trading session of November 19th out there. And you now have an A to B equals CD pattern to the upside. Looks like it's already completed the 1-to-1 move. Let's just go measure that and find out. Here's the A to B. Let's just move that over to the C point out here if we can. Yeah, we've attained the 1-to-1. In fact, we're above that. So if you were to see a bearish reversal candle, ELO, that would generate a daily Gartley sell pattern. Short of that, price is consolidating with inside its profile. The key level here, if you are long, or if you're looking to get long and you're looking for a signal that Costco is ready to stop headed lower, I would say the weekly chart is your tool. And the weekly chart shows an oscillator and change line that price has been below since it formed a TD9 count top the week of June 13th out there. Every rally by week's end has closed back below that oscillator and change line. The oscillator and change line at this moment in time is printed 926.17. So Costco is not going to give us any kind of signal that it's ready to move higher until we see a close above that. Now, on the downside, there's an A to B equals CD pattern. Let's go draw that in. Let's draw that in from the TD9 count top. There's really a couple of different ones that we could use out here. This one looks like it's the one that surely is a 0.382 retracement, and so that's what we're going to use out here. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. We're going to assemble it, and that's going to give us a 1-to-1 price objective of about 854. And 871 is a TD9 count breakout level, but we do not have any kind of a bottom pattern out here. We have wave number 4. That's letter D on my screen out there. As Basil points out, sometimes when we get to that fourth level, we'll do something else. Well, we did something else last week. We rallied just a bit out there. So maybe that work is done. Again, watch that oscillator and change line on a monthly time frame. Monthly time frame, it consolidates with inside its profile. It has a buy zone between 850.05 and 907.09 out there. It's about all that I can give to you for Costco out here. How would you put this together? How I'd put it together, I'd say that Costco, this is just a counter trend move at this stage in time. The only way we could change that decision, first I'd say a close above 919.62, but no, we can't say that. It's got to be a close above the weekly oscillator and change line. So hope that made sense to you, ELO. Thanks so much for your request. Much appreciated. Duncan Steve wants to take a look at Netflix, NFLX. Let's pull its charts up on our screen out here. Netflix traded out right now at 107.65. So on a monthly time frame, what do we have out here? Could be a sell the D point top. Let's see if we can find an A to B equals CD pattern. Yep, most certainly we can. So sell the D point top. Price trading below its oscillator and change line. Its next level of support out here, a dunk, is going to be 101.68. That's courtesy of the monthly chart. How about the weekly chart? The weekly chart says we confirmed a Gartley buy pattern last week. If we take a look at the A to B equals CD pattern, the downside, here's your A to B. We just moved that over to the C point out there. That would be about there. We did probably about a 1 to 1.272. A to B equals CD pattern. It doesn't matter. You have a buy the D point pattern because of that bearish piercing candle. Now what we have is price trading with inside its profile. You have strong support you have support at 105.47, resistance up at 111.94. It's a bullish structured profile, and a close on a weekly basis of 107.63 gets you to your 111.94 number. On the daily time frame, price is trading back below the bottom of its bullish structured daily profile. Counter trend moves out here inside of Netflix would come to an end between 108.28 and 110.16. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back, and we'll take a look at LAES for Bob in Spokane.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors.
Welcome back, folks. We're looking at ticker symbol LAES. That is, what was that? Seal Square, I believe, is the name on this. Got a nice daily TD9 count bottom pattern out there, Bob. That goes ahead. It was also a buy the D point pattern that formed, bullish hammer candle back on November 21st. As price was getting back to its breakout level of 370. Now, much like we took a look at, and I apologize because I can't remember which one, but the key level here is going to be that oscillator and change line. Yes, you've got a nice TD9 count daily bottom, but price has been unable to close above that oscillator and change line. Let's just put it to you like this: a close above 458 would get us above the oscillator and change line at the top of his profile, and that would suggest we might be rallying up towards 586. The weekly time frame chart out here just consolidated with inside his profile, but it did find support at the bottom of the profile, 374. The weekly will take its P's and Q's from the daily, as will the monthly. The monthly is trading with inside its profile, 274 to 349 is a buy zone, 499 is resistance. That's what we see when we take a look at ticker symbol LAES. Hope that gave you the information you were looking for. Looks like Danny wants to get in from New York City, wants to look at Taseko Mine. TGB is the ticker symbol. So let's get that set of charts pulled up on our screen out here. It'll take just a moment out there. Trading out at 508. Now, we don't have we've got a Rhodes Momentum Indicator signal for its daily time frame, but no confirmed bearish reversal candle, so no top there. It remains in a bullish breakout mode with price trading above its oscillator and change line and its profile. That's on the daily time frame. The same is true for the weekly time frame. The weekly time frame negated last week a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top. Needs a new bearish reversal candle to confirm the same. And on the monthly time frame chart, you will complete a TD9 count top at the end of December. That could take us back to its oscillator and change line. The current print on that is $3.85. So that's what we see. We take a look at ticker symbol TGB. And that took us right to the end of the show. You got to love it. Folks, thanks so much for all those requests out there. Much appreciated. I'd love you to have a terrific Tuesday, and then join me again on wonderful Wednesday. So take care, be safe out there, and have a terrific day.